Welcome to Super-Hero Pow. I'm your host nerd, Tom Fremgen. Diversity. It's the hot topic of debate in superheroes these days. Do fans like it, or do they hate it? And let's be honest here, the actual debate isn't about diversity, it's about how to achieve it. And then of course, moreover, it's about how publishers can make money off of it. Because while creators will talk about artistic vision and readers will talk about being a part of their life, publishers only really care about how much money they can make. And don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with finding ways to make money. We all have to eat in this capitalistic economy. My point is, don't get them wrong. Because screw artistic vision and what gives your life meaning. Action Comics hit 1,000 because it still makes money. But let's step back to the concept of diversity, which in the good old US of A means anyone who isn't male, white, or heterosexual. As you may recall, there was a time when the 3 television networks wanted nothing to do with diversity because it meant death in the ratings. Therefore, you can see how diversity wasn't really going to happen anywhere until the Civil Rights Act of 1964. 2 years later, Marvel gave us our first African, American or otherwise, superhero with the Black Panther. It took DC another 4 years until they created Mal. Who the hell is he, you ask? He was a teen titan whom we've all pretty much forgotten about. The following year, in 1971, DC created Hal Jordan's backup Green Lantern, John Stewart. Ah, him I know, you say. You could even argue that he was the first superhero replacement character in the name of diversity, too. But then he only showed up like 4 times in the next 10 years. All right, we know things sucked back then. Surely things are better today. There must be dozens of diversity superheroes now, right? Well, let's find out. I'll just flip through my 2004 DC Comics Encyclopedia and my 2014 Marvel Encyclopedia from DK. Let's not count supporting cast or villains. Superheroes only. Do aliens count? I'm gonna say Catwoman's a villain. I guess I should count Misty Knight, right? Alright, let's see. We got about 611 characters, and 290 of them are white males. Hey, that's not too bad. Where DC has pretty much an even split, 160 white males and 160 of everyone else, Marvel only has 130 white males and 161 of everyone else. I wonder what happens if I subtract white females from that 321 total. Oh, that knocks us down to 155. There are more white females than all the other minorities combined. Marvel has about 87 white female heroes, and DC has 79. Marvel has about 65 non-white heroes. Should I be counting Gamora? And DC has 75. I know Vibe is dead, but I'm still gonna count him. I know, let's compare men. Marvel has 130 white men and 43 non-white men heroes? What about DC? 160 white men and only 42 non-white heroes? Okay, yeah, diversity is sorely lacking in superheroes, even today without the Jim Crow laws. Now I'm sure one of you is saying, hold on a minute, Tom. You just said Marvel has more non-white male superheroes than white male superheroes. Racism diversity is over. Well, I did. Thank you so much for listening. But honestly, many of those are throwaway characters. How often do we really see characters like Armor, Komodo, and Reptile? What really counts are marquee superheroes. For a more visual reference, let's take a look at my HeroClix collection. As you can see, I have a fairly decent collection. Thank you. Let's pick out all the non-name heroes and see who's left. Now let's separate them into categories. Here are the white males, the white females, the non-white males, and the non-white females. Still think diversity is overrated? It's just a simple fact that the superhero community is overwhelmingly white and male. And like I said, they've been doing nothing but crank out white heroes from the 1940s to the 1960s. And DC owns the library of 3 other companies from back then, Charlton, Quality, and Fawcett, who had nothing but all white heroes. So it's no wonder DC has more white male superheroes than anyone else. On a brief side note, the first diversity superhero was the Asian American Wing, the sidekick of the Crimson Avenger, both of whom appeared a good 7 months before Batman in 1938. Although they were created as a knockoff of the radio heroes, the Green Hornet and Kato. Wing was followed by another Asian sidekick, Stuff, the Chinatown Kid, in 1942. He was the sidekick of DC's original vigilante. Both Wing and, to a lesser degree, Stuff were members of the Seven Soldiers of Victory. But I guess Asians didn't count, as the seven were the Shining Knight, Green Arrow, the Crimson Avenger, the Star-Spangled Kid, Vigilante, and the other sidekicks, Speedy and Stripesy, all white guys. But hey, you had to take what you could get back then. Which leads me to my conclusion. It's 2019, and we shouldn't just have to take what we can get anymore. So I'm sorry, you simply can't argue we have enough diversity characters. Marvel has 87 white female superheroes and 8 black female superheroes. That's just crazy. So what can we do about this? Well, I'll talk about that in part 2. Oh, come on now, don't be like that. You know this video is starting to get too long. To make sure that you don't miss part 2, maybe you should subscribe. I know I would. Wait, did I subscribe to my own channel? Let me see this.